The following students were on honor roll and/or super honor roll for 8 consecutive semesters of high school and received the gold honor pin. Please stand and remain standing as your name is called. The gold honor pin will be awarded with your diploma. Please hold your applause until the end. Evan Allen, Austin Anderson, Amanda Augsbach, Michael Ayers, Anna Barget, Ashley Bergman, Luke Brockett, Andrew Buchanan, Laura Bunning, Kira Bushman, Caroline Christian, Alexandra Cody, Kayla Crawford, Paige Dower, Colin Dean, Taylor Dreves, Andrew Erickson, Kelsey Etherton, Maria Exler, Alyssa Farley, Laura Fernandez, Molly Finnegan, Lindsay Franksman, Andrew Frederick, Clayton Frink, Emily Frink, Christopher Garbig, Caroline Gates, Abigail Gibson, Alexandra Glore, Fernando Gonzalez, Mackenzie Goyert, Ryan Green, Ashley Grosser, Ashley Haas, Kyle Hahn, Donna Hall, Carly Hamburg, Abigail Herman, Maria Hills, Aaron Hoke-Leitner, Seth Hope, Cheryl Horner, Andrew Hewliston, Haley Hunt, Balin Jackson, Hannah Kaler, Junessa Lanata, Hannah Lembright, Jonathan Lorena, Kathleen Marzano, Nathan McDaniel, Claire Mearns, Nathan Merkel, Taylor Mitchell, Laura Moore, Oliver Mulliken, Sarah Nazarene, Mary Netterman, Elena New, Nicole Nuri, Megan O'Brien, Sarah Owen, Jake Parker, Kayla Pelly, Alexandra Pendry, Carly Robinson, Mary Schneer, Nathan Schutte, Catherine Schwegman, Abigail Schweitzer, Tyler Schweitzer, Mallory Seidel, Noah Schaefer, Alexander Shepard, Mackenzie Smith, Abby Sparks, Nyasia Teasley, Francis Tracy, Nicholas True, Gregory Turner, Kristen Veneman, Jenna Walsh, Bethany West, Josephine Whitehead, and Elizabeth Williams. The following students have earned an A average in every subject in 8 consecutive semesters in high school. Please come forward as your name is called to receive your recognition. Please hold your applause. Laura Bunning, Kira Bushman, Caroline Christian, Alexandra Cody. Maria Exler. Laura Fernandez. Abigail Herman. Alexandra Pendry. Noah Schaefer. And Francis Tracy. The following students had perfect attendance for all 4 years. Please come forward as your name is called to receive your perfect attendance plaque. Adrian Abramus. And Kathleen Marzano. This year, Highlands was fortunate to host a foreign exchange student who would like to ask to stand up and be recognized. Valentina Boulos came to us from Italy. Valentina will receive a plaque honoring the year she spent at Highlands during the presentation of the diplomas. Round of applause, please.
Hold on 1 second, sorry. I don't know where my speech is. Luckily, I know it pretty well, so I'm going to do this one off the top of my head. All right, thanks, guys. I didn't know if that would hit, so thank you. All right, so when I did the speech a couple of weeks ago, I had the idea of walking in here and being edgy, maybe pissing some people off, firing my last singers, my final hurrah. No pandering, a raw and perhaps repugnant speech. One that would leave you guys with a bitter taste in your mouth as you filed from the auditorium. But I kind of kept that. I thought about keeping that speech from Mrs. Griot, you know, one that wouldn't get approved. But as I sat down, I wrote, that speech kind of evaporated. I sort of realized that something about Highlands something about Fort Thomas has pulled me back from that speech. In spite of my best efforts to dig under the fingernails of this idyllic community, I have become more and more grateful for the nurture it has provided me. I came into Highlands thinking I could change the norm, but despite my best efforts, I fell into the grooves of HHS. I played for the dominating football team, I joined every honor society, and I took every AP class. And the strange thing is, I enjoyed every minute of it, except for AP Chemistry. I hated AP Chemistry. I don't know if Mrs. Eamon is here. I love Mrs. Eamon, so it balanced it out. And the thing is that no one is bashed for feeding into the machine, because it's not a machine. It's an incredibly efficient and remarkable vehicle that we will all look back one day and appreciate. And a vehicle, by the way, that we don't have to use to get to school, because in Fort Thomas we can walk. And I think that's pretty incredible. I think it's a luxury that we all have to appreciate. And I don't know if you realize but this irony will boost the realization of how difficult it will be to break free from this community, to go our own ways. And out there are in fact people who are not white, and Jesus is not their bro. There's an incredibly diverse world out there, and the only joy in it is to experience its rawness, its inexplicable events that aren't narrated by Sean Hannity or Rachel Maddow, although Rachel knows what she's talking about. Be your own journalist, and nothing will be harder than to leave these people you've gotten to know so well. In order to do so, it's hard to imagine a day in the halls without one of Seth Hope's corny jokes, or Chloe Schneider's weirdness, or giving Cheryl Horner a hard time she doesn't deserve, or not seeing Ben Vermeil's goofy face, or Sarah Nazarene's pretty one. But there's nothing more frightening or more thrilling than going into the unknown, breaking from the conformity, and every day experiencing a new and different sun. 3 years ago, on graduation day, someone stood in this very spot, and I sat where you all sit now. I didn't know this person very well, but his name created a very distinct image in my head. His accomplishments I could relate to. He was very intelligent, and he had gone toe-to-toe with someone who I did know very well, my brother. And trust me, I know that outdoing Eli Brockett isn't something easily done. Hell, I've spent my entire life just trying to keep in stride with him. But Randy Runyon had done it. He had a higher GPA than Eli throughout high school. It's impressive. And a GPA, by the way, I believe, speaks volumes about what one is capable of and how hard one is willing to work. And although it may not be the focus of everyone, you have to respect hours of sleep lost and stress held by those who strive to boost it. And as most of you know, Randy, home from Wake Forest, was killed a few weeks ago in an automobile accident just a few blocks down the street. This loss of life puts some things in perspective for me. I don't believe that everything happens for a reason. I don't think something so unfair can happen to someone so undeserving. I don't think tragedies happen so we can learn from them. But Randy's untimely death, it illuminates the spontaneity in our lives, the immediacy. This idea has shown through phrases like live life to the fullest, life's too short, carpe diem, hakuna matata, and unfortunately YOLO. But each graduate in this room has immeasurable potential, just like Randy. And each graduate will lead into 212 entirely different directions, 212 different days to seize, and 212 lives that are too short. But my belief, and I know that a lot of my friends don't like when I start a sentence like that, because quoting Joey Cruzy, I am a stupid liberal. But my belief is that the joy of life comes from our encounters with new experiences, and hence there is no greater joy than to have an endlessly changing horizon, for every day to experience a new and different sun. Death is a travesty if not in pursuit of adventure. And everyone sitting here can do the easy thing, the expected thing. They can go to college or into the workforce, come back, go to the town they know the best. But that would be easiest. And just like Randy, we all have unique abilities. So why not take these qualities into entirely new surroundings? Be adventurers. We have high school diplomas. We are not destitute. And it's not about breaking free from what you believe that to be the confines surrounding you, but rather breaking free from the true confines within you. Let's live each of our days under a new and different sun. Thank you.
I always get nervous to follow those guys. Do such a great job. Parents, faculty members, members of the Board of Education, and guests, I am honored and humbled this afternoon to stand before you to present the 120th graduating class of Highlands High School. Before we begin to call each individual to receive their diploma, I'm going to take a few minutes to reflect and brag on a very special group of young men and women. A little over a year ago, our school district began to revise our mission statement. Several of the students on this stage actually contributed greatly to this process, which helped us to focus both our decision-making and our purpose. The statement begins with the words, "rich in tradition, focused on the future." As I reflected on the class of 2014, I couldn't help but think about what this statement means. They represent the 120th graduating class. 2014 marks the 100th year of this campus being on this site. We are truly rich in history. The class of 2014 has added to this exceptional foundation. As freshmen, their theme for the freshman orientation was pieces of the puzzle. They were challenged by their mentors to find their individual path and become part of the bigger picture. Like pieces of a puzzle, it takes unique individuals to come together, linked by a common goal to make a beautiful image. On this stage are Governor Scholars, National Merit Scholars, Academic All-Stars, and students who have represented their school and their state in national competitions. In May, these students led our school to the completion of over 1,100 advanced placement tests, a number that 20 years ago, people would have called an outrageous prediction. On awards night, the students on this stage were recognized with over 400 scholarships. As a testament to their constant focus on individual growth, although the group before you did not begin their senior year with the top ACT in Highlands history, I predict, but although not 100% sure, but I do predict that when that final report comes out this summer, they will exit with the top ACT scores in school history. In large part as a result of their efforts and achievement, Highlands this spring was recognized as the #1 school in the state of Kentucky by the Washington Post. It was one of only 5 schools in the state of Kentucky to receive recognition from U.S. News and World Report for gold recognition, and was named an exemplar school by the Partnership for 21st Century Skills this past fall, one of only 25 schools in the country. In the classroom and as learners, they have truly added to the tradition of excellence. On the fields, courts, the stage, and in a wide variety of extracurricular and service opportunities, this class has proved to be great leaders and remind us that some of the skills that we need for our future are often developed best outside of the classroom. Many will remember their leadership in state competition and state championship runs, winning in girls cross country, dance team, or the first boys track championship at Highlands in over 50 years, or as Paige would say, since Nam. Others will remember exceptional performances and achievements at All-State on the Cappies, or competing on the national stage in both curricular and extracurricular programs. Several of us will remember a one-of-a-kind film program or regional recognition for service learning projects that were completed inside the classroom. I'm convinced, however, that the greatest extracurricular accomplishment of the class of 2014 is living as evidence that working hard and being competitive can happen while still showing exemplary sportsmanship, fair play, and service. teaching me what it really means to care about others. By example, this class has grown the programs for the classes behind them and leave them better and more able to develop well-rounded students in the future. Each individual on this stage has their own story and contribution to the Highlands tradition of excellence and pieces of the puzzle. There are students on this stage